Hello, my name is Winda Wifiani from Design Communication Visual.
I'm Cecilia Arabella Mardani.
Hello, I am Stevye.
Hello, Ara. So today, if you don't mind, I will ask you some questions. So tell us, at least four skills that are important for the success of your study and why.
Oh, I believe that there are more than simply four skills to success for studying. But for sure, the main four will be starting from making a weekly calendar or plans. I myself use this method by printing out an A4 paper of a basic white boxy monthly calendar to note down not only my task but also to-do lists. This helps me in managing my schedule and giving me a big look through on what I should, can, and want to do. The second is quite the Asian cliche, which is waking up early in the morning. This is very important in being productive by achieving and finishing numerous tasks in a day. I also love to reward myself after finishing every five tasks. This helps my brain and body to relax after stressful hours of working while making sure I'm working with a healthy body and mind. Lastly, I believe that mind mapping is a great tool in helping me understand complicated topics into big ideas before breaking them down to pieces. This includes creating illustrations that includes brainstorming and research of certain topics, which pushes me into producing an illustration that relates or based on that topic. On the other hand, Winda, how do you socialize with fellow students?
Well, I usually always socialize with fellow students. Why? Because it's important to interact with others not only for good connection but also spend some time together with them. It can be studying together, playing games together, or trying to bake it together a cake. Not only that, but it's crucial for students, especially college students, to grow as it fosters communication skills, empathy, and teamwork. Socialize can be a good thing to try and get out of your comfort zone, especially if you are an introvert. It could be hard, but finding the perfect person who can sync with you is also important. Do remember, socializing is a good thing to fellow students, but we must aware the bad things at socializing, such as if we were friends with someone who would do bad things such as smoking, stealing, or using drugs for their fun, we must stay away from them. If not, we may also do the bad things as them and can be addicted. Addiction cannot Addiction is hard, especially to those who use drugs. Interacting with fellow students can also diverse perspective, enhance emotional intelligence, and prepare students for real-world challenges. That's why I always socialize with fellow students, because there are so many benefits and we also must aware the bad things. Moving on, so Steffi, describe the trends for the following topics and possible reasons for them. A. Food and eating habits. B. Holiday and travels. Or C. Transportation. You can pick one of them. And also, what does it mean to be a good with money? Please, can you explain that? Thank you.
I personally think that the reason holidays and travels has become a big trend nowadays is because how it's one of the big things you can do in life, and how it's more of a social thing as well, where one would go to another country for travel, post stories and photos, and visit every city you can during the holidays. Some would also say it's to get out of one's comfort zones. There are so many different reasons. Well, to be good with money is to be good and able to manage with the money one makes. Someone who's good with money knows how and what it needs to cover mortgage, bills, and other expenses. They will also know how much is needed to be saved for future use and investing for retirement. Being good with money also means that you do not spend more than you make and overall has a good system going on with your money.
I have a goldfish memory, but I do remember some bits of my kindergarten days where I will play with my best friend and not knowing which shoe is for my left and right foot. I then moved to Tarsicius School when I was elementary, where the teachers and the academic was so strict. I quickly moved out to Kettle Tree School in my second grade to fourth grade, remembering nothing about studying and only playing soccer in the field. I moved out again to St. John's Catholic School in the fifth grade to the end of my senior high school. It was my golden years where I met a friend who inspired me to play piano, and another dearest best friend who taught me so many life lessons and the essence of music. We are still friends to this day. Not only that, I have teachers who support me, and a great prom night event where I danced with my best friend was once upon a December playing in the background. Now, come to think of it, Winda, what type of social media are you using and what benefits can you get from?
Well, I usually use Instagram. Instagram itself is an app you can download that is essentially a visual storytelling app. There are so many different colors or filters you can use to make your photos cute or aesthetic. And there are so many benefits you can get with the social media. For instance, if you are a new person who's trying it for advertising or promoting stuff, Instagram can help you out with this. After you advertise something, more people will be interested in the product you are advertising, and if that happens, maybe some big influencers can also help you out to get more popular with advertising their product, or other big companies that can help you too. And also second, if you are an artist and love to make something like DIY, arts, and other creative things, you can share it to your Instagram and be acknowledged by others in your work. It'd be a good thing if someone is interested in your work and asks you to do commission to them and they can pay you. And that leads us to the third benefit. With commissions, of course you will get paid. That's why this benefit is called business can make money from Instagram. Because not just posting art or creative things, it can be anything you want. Because some people will be more interested on things they like more rather than being suggested by Instagram itself. And that's all the benefits I can tell you about me using Instagram. So, thank you.
This photo has five nurses and one leading doctor. From the looks of it, it seems that they specialize in the emergency room in the hospital to care for patients from accidents before bringing them to the operation room if needed. The leading doctor seems to be the doctor who analyze what is wrong with the patient and give orders to the nurses, such as giving injection, medication, or pills, who then will tend to the patients regularly. The smiles from their faces also seem like they are proud and happy to be able to help patients with their skills and knowledge from the medical field. Not only that, the smiles make any patient feel welcome and not oppressed by the depressing aura that is usually present in the hospital from the sick. On the other hand, the white clean hospital corridor gives the impression as if the hospital is tended very well to keep the rooms hygiene.
Well, from this photo, as you can see, we have 5 people in a meeting talking something important with other the 4 people that are in that room, agreeing and giving their own opinions. Even the table that they use has a lot of notebooks, devices such as laptops or smartphone, and other decoration. In this photo, there is a person standing up with him smiling right now and holding a piece of paper, gesturing his hands to give the person who is raising their hand to either ask a question or an opinion on the matter that they are discussing at the moment. While the man asking a question or opinion on the matter that they are discussing, there are also 2 persons who is a man and a woman who are listening carefully on the question or opinion that the person who raised their hand is asking, and while also smiling and listening in carefully on it. Even they have to take a note of it because the question or opinion to them may be intrigue them, so they take the note because they are listening in to that person who raised their hand.
In this photo, there's 15 people huddling together on the ground, facing the camera as they smile wide for the picture in the middle of the afternoon. In the backyards or a forest clearing, from this point of view, their smiles seem very happy and cheerful. They all seem to be great friends. They don't seem to be in danger whatsoever and seem to be enjoying the time of their lives having fun.
So, because the student lives far away and can only be sent money once a month at the beginning of the month, I will probably choose number 4 and 6. For number 4, It will be benefit to the student in the near future because by having saving goals, not only that you save some money, but it can also help the student to visualize necessary steps to make smart money decisions. Other than that, these goals can help the student to buy something they want but have limited money, or even save for the near future if you ever have a debt or other stuff. For number 6, we know that unhealthy stuff is not good for you, and if you decided to buy them, not only it will be a waste of money, but also get the student in trouble because of addiction to buying unhealthy stuff, such as cigarette or drugs.
I agree, but I believe that sticking to a budget and shopping smarter will be a better way in spending allowance while limiting and shopping under a certain amount of money. For an instance, buying products with discounts and minding the budget every week, noting them down too, or limiting daily expenses such as takeouts, arcade games, and drinks.
I personally believe the students should of course stick with 4 and 6, but also do 2 as well, to stick to a budget so he does not go overboard and spend too much on a single day. What do you usually do to save money, Arabella?
Usually, I force myself to cook every day and not buy snacks, drinks, or food outside my prepared lunches. Thankfully, I have a motorcycle for transportation, so I push myself to not use any other vehicles that cost me money. For example, Gojek or Go-Kart. I've been doing these two ways for 2 months and I've come down to the conclusion that I've saved at least 300,000 rupiah in 2 weeks. Logically and through calculation, a day's meal costs around 75,000, with transportation going from 12,000 to 20,000 a day. Multiplied with 30 days, I would have spent at least 1 million rupiah in a month if I were not to use any motorcycle or cook from home. On the other hand, Steffi, what is the most memorable holiday you've ever had?
Well, the most memorable holiday I've ever had would be when my parents take me to the sea aquarium in Singapore. I was rather young, and seeing all the marine animals is very memorable to me. Kind of getting off topic, but why do you choose women for your bachelor's degree, Winda?
Well, Steffi, I choose women for my bachelor's degree because women is a great campus. Not only they have an accreditation A, women also have so many majors you can choose from. As for me, I choose design communication visual because not only I have the skill, I also have passion I want to feel by choosing this major. Moving on, so Steffi, what are your preferences for wearing clothes and accessories?
Well, my preferred clothes are ones that does not show very much skin, cozy and comfy ones that keep you warm on windy and cool days. If not, then just a regular shirt and long pants on. But I always bring a spare jacket with me either way. Not that I mind if I were to need to lend it to a friend in need. Speaking of a friend in need, what do you think friends are for, Vida?
To me, friends can help us celebrate good times and provide support during bad times. To those that you felt close to can be your best friend or lover. Friends can also prevent isolation and loneliness and give you a chance to offer needed companionship. They can also increase your sense of belonging and purpose. Sometimes a friend that you already knew well and like can turn into relationships. And for that, I want to ask you something, Ara. What are the most important things in a relationship?
I believe that a relationship should involve both parties understanding that the relationship is not their number one priority in their life. Everyone has their own life with work, community, family, and hobbies that they themselves have to do both under a deadline and to relieve their stress. Thus, having an understanding partner is the most important thing in a relationship, and just not because it's a healthy way of dealing with a relationship, but also to avoid s- problematic dramas.